he let me preach in his church as an 18, 19-year-old kid. I don't remember, of course, Mother Gamble. I don't even know where it was, but I brought the choir, and he was the guitar. They had the guitars and the wooden floors and the tambourines. He let us shout till we couldn't shout no more. And traveling all over the country, and I loved his daughters and said I'd always look after them and be aware of their presence in the earth. And here, all these years since, still doing the work of the Lord. 45 years ago, I came up here and held a crusade. I don't know if I told you about this, Doctor, at McLean High School. And I had a busload of, I had choirs, I had ushers, I had greeters, I had altar workers. We came up here and rented that place, seated about 1,100. We opened Gary McIntosh, who was with me, Helen Stubblefield, now Trowbridge. We opened up. We had the choir. The stage was packed and the curtains were closed and the music would start and the curtain opened. And the first night, about 11 people out in the audience. It was a 3-day crusade. And the next night it grew to 9. And then the last night we got all the way up to 6. Somebody said, we always had more folks on the stage than we had in the audience, but we knew then that particular venture to do something on the north side of Tulsa was just being seeded. What we're not really seeding so much into people, we're seeding into the atmosphere. We're going to release something into the atmosphere and charge the principalities that are around here to back away and let us do the work of the Lord. Whether it's spiritual or financial or moral prosperity is going to take place, because we're saying that by our being here tonight. It's not just people, it's purpose. And it's the principles of God that's at work in this house. Bishop White is my friend. He was the adjutant for Bishop Quander Wilson, who's one of my mentors. I've known Bishop Wilson. I met him years ago in Washington, D.C. when I was with Bishop John Mears, who was 91 when he made his transition to heaven. And I fell in love with Bishop Quander Wilson, and he became one of my fathers and mentors. And then when he began to come to Azusa, Bishop White was his adjutant. And I admired Bishop for taking such good care of the old man. That was before he was a bishop. And when I heard he was coming to Tulsa to preach, I was elated. I called and let Yolanda know I wanted to be here and wanted to contribute. And he could stay at my house, and I cooked him colored greens. There's collard greens and there's colored greens. I cooked some colored greens for him to see. So he can be rested and eat. Hello, Brother Williams. Good to see you. Ted Williams, one of our great preachers in this area and singers. But I wanted to be here to encourage you and to say to all of you that your best is yet to come. Doesn't matter what you've been through. I can tell you, I know what small beginnings are. And I know what God can do when you plant a seed in consciousness. Lift up your hands right now and say, I'm putting it into the atmosphere. I'm releasing it into the universe. And God hears my prayer. Now stir it up, stir it up. Stir up the gift of God that is within you. Oh, Lord. Come on, stir it up. This is a teacher. He's a preacher. He's a singer. He's a humble servant. He has been with me all across this country and been a part of the Azusa Fellowship and all the things we do. Every time I go to California, my godmother, Bishop Campbell, who went to heaven about a year ago, considered him her son. And in my stead, I told him, not in my stead, just besides me. I'm going to always be the oldest. And Sister Mary Maxwell, but she goes back. I remember the first time I heard her testify in our church on a Sunday night. She quickened like nobody quickened. And I said, that's it. That's what I'm used to right there. Fell in love with her. She has that good old-fashioned Holy Ghost awareness and presence. So lift your hands up one more time and open your heart and hands and reach into the atmosphere and make space for what's about to come through for you. Just clear a little space around you. Clear a little spot around you where heaven is open for you. The glory of God to come down through you tonight. Somebody say, yeah. Now stretch your hands toward the man of God. He's a preaching machine. He'll bless you. I told him don't work too hard till he ruins his clothes, but do what's the devil the Lord give him to do. Let's give him a great big God bless you. Bishop Stephen. Stephen was the apostle who gave his life for what he believed in. I believe in names. And I think God honors them in very, very special ways. He's carrying a prophet and an evangelist's name. Stephen gave his life. And I believe that Steve, I'm not being disrespectful when I say Stephen White. He is giving his life for this event tonight and for what's going to take place in the whole planet. He's a part of a new wave of God. Say, God bless Bishop Stephen White. May he live and die and live again for what he believes in. Come on, Bishop White. God bless you as your minister.
Thank you. Give Bishop Pearson a great big hand clap, everybody.